Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and we have the recap of what's going down in the double elimination playoffs in the ESL Mobil Open. So let's go ahead and jump into it.
Welcome to the ESL Mobil Open, your place to play. Gamers from across the United States will compete in various mobile titles to secure their place on the largest esports stages. Anyone can play online to earn series points during the 4-week Open qualifiers. From there, players will advance to the closed qualifiers, where top players will compete for various prizes, bragging rights, and to qualify for the playoffs. The playoffs will whittle down the field to our few remaining contenders, with the very best securing their place at the live finals. These games will be broadcast for the community to watch, learn, and root for their favorite players. The finalists will win a trip to Dreamhack Dallas to compete on the main stage of one of the world's largest esports events. The ESL Mobil Open will run year-round across 3 seasons, each culminating with a major LAN event, with more prizes up for grabs. This is the ESL Mobil Open, where everybody can be somebody.
And so we have the ESL Mobil Open, which is right here, presented by AT&T. There are 3 games that is in the Mobil Open: Asphalt Legends, Clash of Clans, and PUBG Mobile. But we will be covering Clash of Clans here on the channel, and I'm very excited to recap of what goes down in the ESL Mobil Open. And it is broadcasted live by Envirum and Woody. As you can see right here, this was the first broadcast that brought you Clash of Clans here, and it was over on their Twitch channel, which will be linked down in the video description down below. And I'm very excited to be bringing you more of the awesome attacks, and it is double elimination. So we're going to go ahead and jump into the bracket and some of the action and the live attacks. I'll be breaking you down what's working in the tournament so far and what we've been seeing. All right, so we have the final ladder results and the overall seedings of the top 32 teams. We have Coastal Clash wrapping up number 1 overall. Then we have Noble Nines, One Hive Team 2, COC Hogwars, When Not in Rome, One Hive, Crimson Alliance, and then at number 8 is WHF. Then we have Dallas Cowboys Mad Ram, which is Clash Bashing's team, When Not in Rome 2, Caltech Tyrants, Just a Game, Proc USA, and then Oklahoma number 1 wrapping up the number 16 seed. We have the top 32 actually will be in the playoffs. So we have number 17, Ask You Something Else, Michigan ESL, Ask You Something, JXL Esports, Undying Empire, 40s Blast Open, RTS, Adept. Then we have Cookie Dough, BYU Bandits, Carnage, Fear This 5, Craig's, Polk High, Villains, and then finally Warriors Rise at number 32. We are going to have the first matchup here, which is the number 1 seed facing the number 32 seed, Coastal Clash versus Warriors Rise. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into one of the first attacks that we have here, which is going to be for Coastal Clash. And you can see Hustla coming in with the Bat Slap 12 Witches. This is one of the more common attack strategies you're going to see being used with the bats here. You're going to see a lot of P.E.K.K.A. Bobat, a lot of Bat Slap, maybe even some E-Drags, but this is a very strong, at least 2-star that can turn into a 3-star strategy. And you're more than likely going to see Town Halls that are in the core here. And what is he going to be doing here? He's going to try to get the Queen, and then there's the Wall Wrecker down here to charge into the base right here. He's got some witches down here that are going to walk the perimeter around the base, but he's going to try to get this Wall Wrecker and the mass group of witches to follow into this Town Hall. So this is the Bat Slap. He does have an Ice Golem over here that's going to be used as a distraction Ice Golem for the back end. And out comes, interesting enough, an E-Drag and 2 balloons. Normally you don't see that. Normally you're going to see like a Lava Hound or something being coming out of the CC. So Warden pops ability probably a little bit early here, because you can see, I mean, the Warden ability just wears off or maybe just survived. Then the King here goes down, and then the Bat Wave is coming down. Single target Infernos across the board here. You can see the bats are flying across the base, and here is the distraction Ice Golem to distract the whole top side. The witches seem to be having a little bit trouble. There are no maxed walls actually in here, but let's take a look at where is the other Wizard Tower down here. The bats are making some nice work through this top side up here. Queen does not have her ability. Witches are trying to move through this bottom section, but look at these bats. They actually end up getting picked off. They don't end up surviving this whole section up here, the Expos, the Teslas, and everything through it. So the Queen is trying to get through here. The single target Inferno, unfortunately, is still up, which means if it targets out to your Queen without ability, you don't have a freeze, it will pick you off. So you can see Hustle is trying to get to the single target Inferno, but he can't. But you can see this is a very strong attack strategy that Coastal Clash was using against Warriors Rise here. And you can kind of see this was on the live stream. Some of the attacks over here on the right side are being used 3 of 5. And currently Coastal Clash is at 6 stars and Warriors Rise was at 3 stars. But Coastal Clash right here is averaging at 87.7, and this is going to bump up their percentage in the high 90s. Not going to get the triple, but still going to be a very nice attack nonetheless. And the Witches are going to be moving around. This final single target Inferno is causing a little bit of trouble for these Witches. Just not going to have enough here. And this helps Coastal Clash actually move on. They were able to beat Warriors Rise. We'll take a look at the final results of this war here and see who they're going to be facing next. So as you can see from the final results on the screen, Coastal Clash won over Warriors Rise, and they will actually be playing XU something who beat Oklahoma. So it was the number 17 seed, got the upset over the number 16 seed in the bracket. Remember, if you lose, you're not out. There is a double elimination. As you can see, the scores on the right next to the names, like 11-7, that's not correct. The scores in the bracket might not be correct, but on the final right side of the screen, it is correct. So Coastal Clash finished with 10 stars, 89.2, to Warriors Rise, 7 stars, 63%. So let's go ahead and get into another matchup. All right, so the next one we're going to be taking a look at is from Kenny of 40s Blast here, and he's coming in with a P.E.K.K.A. Smash. Right, there are no bat spells, so it's not a P.E.K.K.A. Bobat. He's got 3 P.E.K.K.A.s, 3 Witches, 11 Bowlers, 3 Rages and a Jump. And when you don't have bat spells, this is more called a P.E.K.K.A. Smash. He drops a P.E.K.K.A. and the Queen, but look at this. The healer is going off to the P.E.K.K.A. He didn't want that. But he's going to charge the Queen this way with the Grand Warden, and he's going to want to charge into the base right here. And this is actually the final attack from 40's Blast coming in here to help try to get the triple and help secure that victory. So here is the enemy Queen right here. You can see that this is a very weak walls, so this wall wrecker can make easy work to shot these walls and get through no problem. Pre drops the poison spell right there, but he's just going to try to overwhelm, create a nice little funnel up here and charge into the Town Hall. Has a jump spell to jump out of the Town Hall area into the next multi-target Inferno. The King and some of the Witches Bowlers walk on the outside, which is very valuable to get the edge defenses and buildings, and then to let the main core go through the middle right here. There is the Eagle still, finds the Tesla farm at 9 o'clock. This strategy is very strong. I've been using some P.E.K.K.A. Smash. We've been seeing it all over the place in the game right now at Town Hall 12. It is a very strong strategy, and you can see the P.E.K.K.A.s, they are such tanks, especially if the healers transfer off to these troops. And the Queen doesn't have her ability anymore, but the Ice Golem's radius gets so much value here, and the King and the Witches and the Bowlers are moving around on the outside, and the Queen reaches over the wall, gets a ton of value. Kenny, beautiful hit. Beautiful charge into the base here to lead with the jump spell through the back end. And now it's just a matter of cleanup. Has a tornado trap on the outside. You don't see that all too often. You usually see it near the Town Hall somewhere to kind of spin the troops if they're getting close to it. But then here comes the P.E.K.K.A.s and the Witches moving around the base. The Queen is barely trying to stay alive, but the Warden takes her down. But there are just too many troops on the board. They can make easy work of these walls, get through it no problem. And Kenny of 40's Blast putting up a 3-star in the ESL Mobil Open. Beautiful job here, which is going to help advance 40's Blast's into the next round. You can see here, 40s Blast was the number 22 seed. They beat the number 11 seed when not in Rome, the team number 2. So there's 2 when not in Romes. And then they will actually be playing One Hive, and One Hive is the number 6 seed. And so that's going to be a wonderful matchup. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next matchup that was on the broadcast. All right, next up, we've got Lex of WHF coming in here, and he's coming in with another P.E.K.K.A smash here. So you can see 2 P.E.K.K.As, the Queen with the healers, 6 wall breakers. We got 3 rages, a jump, 2 freezes. So what is Lex going to do? He's going to drop the Queen down here with the healers. The Baby Dragon's going to clear this funnel down here. Drops a couple balloons to remove this Archer Tower and the building right there so that the Queen has nowhere to go but into the base. Wall breaks right here. Nice wall break to get access to this Eagle right here. And so once the Eagle goes down, he's going to decide where to go next. And you can see this is a symmetrical base, meaning that we have defenses pretty much on the same side on opposite sides, right? So it doesn't matter which way the Queen's going to go. So if the Queen goes this way, he's going to react. If the Queen goes this way, he's going to be able to react well. So he's waiting. He sees the Queen is going to the left side. So he drops a wall wrecker to charge into the Town Hall. There's nothing really going to be firing on this wall wrecker. Just a multi-target Inferno, which is not that strong by itself. Has the King and some witches to clear the funnel down here. You can see the Warden meet up with these bowlers, and they're going to wrap into this base right here. He does have 1 jump, and he's going to lead into the base just like this to get to the enemy Queen. Out comes a Lava Hound. He has an Ice Golem that is pushing its way through. A Baby Dragon is in the poison as well. Queen's behind the wall right here a little bit, so he's trying to get this bowler and P.E.K.K.A push into the Town Hall. Drops the heal right in the core. Pops the Warden ability, froze right here, but he didn't really end up needing that freeze spell. And then the King is moving around the top side up here. He's going to beat through this wall to try to get to that multi-target Inferno. Queen is down on the wall down here, but this jump, unfortunately, is not going to be used. It's a swagged jump at this point. And so the King is going over here, going to take down the gold storage. Queen is working, going to be able to access this multi down south. Lex coming in with a very nice attack here. Has an extra rage and a freeze. You can see the P.E.K.K.A smash is really strong. The Bat Slap is really strong. The P.E.K.K.A Bobat is also really strong. So you're going to see a lot of those in this type of format where you only get that 1 try, right? So Lex has that Queen ability, burns the Queen ability right there to get through that wall pretty quickly. And then the Queen is going to move around, has that extra rage and that free spell to get through this. Very nice job. Drops the rage right there to make sure the Queen gets through this. Got to get that triple to help secure that victory. And there he goes. He freezes the final Archer Towers to make sure that Queen has a chance to finish it off. There it is. There is a Tesla over at 3 o'clock, which we just can't see right here. But the heroes are going to finish it off. Lex, beautiful 12v12 for WHF. And you can see the final result here was actually a 9-9 tie. WHF gets the victory with 70.6%. There was 1 player from WHF that unfortunately suffered a disconnect, which resulted in a 0 star. But Lex's triple did help push WHF to the tie and win on percent. So WHF is going to be advancing. They are the number 8 seed, and they are going to be playing Adept, who beat Dallas Cowboys, who was the 24 seed over the 9 seed. Next up, we're going to be taking a look at the number 5 seed when not in Rome versus Fear This 5, the 28 seed. So let's go ahead and jump into this. And what do we have? We have another Bat Slap, 11 Witches. We got an E-Drag here, 6 Bat Spells. So what is he going to do? We see 3 multi-target Infernos. They're actually pretty close to one another, and the sweepers are kind of pointing in the same direction. Where's all the splash? Well, we have a couple splash items here. The others are here. And then what is the 1 splash in this area? 1 Wizard Tower. He does have an Ice Golem. This E-Drag is creating a nice funnel over here for Addy of When Not in Rome. And then he's got the 5 healers that he's going to drop. He's got the Queen over here with the healers, drops the King and some witches, and they're going to clear this top side toward 3 o'clock. The Wall Wrecker is going to charge its way into the Town Hall, drops all of the Witches. Ice Golem as well is following in, and the Witches' job are to follow into this town hall to take it down. And then when you have the Witches come on one side, usually you're going to have the Bats come on the other side, and he's going to charge in. Everything's was getting slowed down a little bit. Pop's Warden ability, the town hall is going to go down very quickly. Eagle is activated, and there's about 2 minutes left in this raid. The multi-beams are hitting the Skellies and the Witches, but these healers are keeping them alive. And so the Witches, nice job taking that splash damage Wizard Tower down just in time. Drops a poison on the CC, and here comes the Bat Wave coming in. The Bat Wave is when you drop it on the edge and they all group up. The Bat Bomb is when you drop it straight on defenses. So you can see the Bats are coming through, working their way through the base right here. This is a very dangerous play right here where he drops balloons. I wouldn't recommend necessarily dropping balloons, because what the balloons are going to do is they will pull some red air bombs, and those red air bombs will target the Bats and completely wipe them out. So you're better to actually drop an Ice Golem down here to distract the Wizard Tower. But you can see Addy coming in here, going to be able to overwhelm this base. Still has a multi-target Inferno, but these walls are pretty weak down here, which lets the Queen and the Witches and these Skellies going to be able to get through these walls super quickly. You can take a look at down goes the multi-target Inferno. Has an Archer down here for cleaning up on the edge of the screen, and now it's just a matter of cleanup at this point with the Witches and the Skellies moving around this base, clearing the trash on the edge. No more defenses remaining. Addy from When Not in Rome getting the triple with the Bat Slap. You can see how strong this strategy is. This combination of the P.E.K.K.A. Smash are getting a lot of triples in the ESL Mobil Open. Addy, very nice triple in the war right here. So you can see here, When Not in Rome got the victory over Fearless 5. The number 5 seed advances, while also they will be playing the number 12 seed, Caltech, who also got the victory as well. So congratulations, moving on to the next round. So let's go and take a look at the seeds and who's moving on to the round of 16. This is a double elimination, so if you do lose, you are not officially out of it just yet. So we got Coastal Clash moving on over Warriors Rise, which was the 32 seed. We got actually something else beating out Oklahoma number 1. Adept upsetting Dallas. Cowboys WHF advancing. When Not in Rome advancing over Fearless 5. Caltech moving on over Undying Empire. Trions over JXL Esports. We got COC Hog Wars going over Craig's right there. We got One Hive Team 2 over Polk High. We got Axu Something over Just a Game. We got 40s Blast over When Not in Rome Team number 2 right there. We got One Hive over Carnage. One Hive is the number 6 seed right there. We got Crimson Alliance over BYU Bandits. We got Mad Ram advancing as well. That is Clash Bashing's team. Michigan ESL moving on over Proc USA. And then finally, the number 2 seed, Noble Nines, will be advancing over Villains. And so that's going to wrap up the first round of the playoffs of the double elimination, where the teams are advancing to the round of 16. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you want to follow any of the ESL channels plus their Twitter, everything will be down in the video description for you guys. But I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe down below for the daily content. And I hope to see you guys next time. Carbonfin signing out. Peace.